Hey, it's me. I'm having an afternoon delight, which is a coffee, and I made banana bread last night with, I don't even think I had everything for it, but it still came out okay. I'm just gonna have this for right now. It's 4 o'clock. Maybe I shouldn't be having coffee, but there's something so comforting about it. And I've been really enjoying making coffee at home because I bought the you know, the Alfred's vanilla syrup. And yeah, that honestly, I was missing the syrup in my coffee because I felt like a lot of the times when I would make coffee at home and just add it with milk, it was just, you know, it was lacking for me, that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go get a coffee later. And instead I was like, how about you just buy a syrup that you like? And yeah, that's one of them that I like. I love this because this saucer can, you know, work as a plate as well. But yeah, today I just basically wanted to have like a Sunday reset and just have like a reset day in general, because I just felt like I haven't had that in a long time. If I always, like, for me, when it comes to my work schedule, I try to work around obviously like my deadlines that I have, but you know, around Luis's schedule, because if he's off, like, I want to spend time with him. So like on Saturdays I have class, so Luis is here. He's off usually on Saturdays, you know, to help me with the dogs. And he's been working like 5 days a week, and then maybe one day out of the week we'll go to Disneyland or we'll do errands. So it's just like we don't like spend that much time as we can, but you know, we've been trying to like figure out our schedules. So a lot of the times, like, I work my schedule around his, and yeah, so like I just felt like for a while we haven't had a chance to like just have like a reset cleaning day. And luckily yesterday when I left, he did like mop and sweep all over the house because you know having two corgis is just like hair everywhere. I'm wanting to do like a whole Sunday refresh because usually if like Luigi's working today, I would have gone and done some work too and feel like I would have put a lot of this behind. So I'm glad I kind of like have the ability to give myself a chance to reset today. But what have you been up to, y'all? What's the 411? So tomorrow we're supposed to go to Disneyland. This was a trip that I've planned with my friend Evelyn for over a month now, since the first day we went to Disneyland together. And I want to say that was like the beginning of February or so. We've been going back and forth because we're like, you know, it's been raining. Like we're trying to see, you know, if it's gonna be good for Monday. And then right now we were checking the weather, like we were texting today, and it looks like it's gonna be raining all day tomorrow. So we're thinking, because at first it looked like it was just gonna rain, you know, in the afternoon, and we're like, oh, that's fine. We usually like to go like in the morning, so that's not a really big deal. We leave like around noon here and there. But then I just checked, and so we were thinking, yeah, maybe we'll go in the morning. And then I just checked it, and now it's saying it's raining like from like 9 in the morning till like the rest of the day that I can see. So I'm like, it's just such a bummer because literally I remember we rescheduled the first one that we did. We were supposed to go on a Monday, but then it was saying it was gonna rain, and it was like, you know, during the time where I think in January we were doing like dealing with all the rain. And then so we ended up rescheduling on Tuesday, the next day, because there was availability and it was gonna be sunny, and we ended up going. It was a sunny, nice day, pretty fun. And then that's the day where we planned this one at the end of February. And then here we are. It's gonna be tomorrow, and the weather is saying, nope, you ain't going. Here, I feel so bad because sometimes I like want to show you like, oh, I'm a fun person, but I am truly a homebody. Like, not only because like, of course, I enjoy being home and having my, you know, peace and quiet and stuff like that, but also financially, y'all. Like, I sometimes just, you know, I can't do things because I just don't have the funds for it, or like I'm, you know, budgeting certain things that I need to save up for that I just don't go out, and so it's sometimes like very difficult to like have to say no to things because you just, you know, financially can't. And so yeah, that's sometimes reasons why I don't really go and do out much, and it's just like I'm here at home, and then I feel guilty if I'm just like showing you me at home all the time, because it's like, well, how much of the same stuff you want to see, you know? But at the same time, like I feel like I need to stop looking at myself that way, because when I see other people that I like to watch, specifically their vlogs, I don't care what they're doing, because it's more of like we're hanging out. It's like a FaceTime, I guess. Like we're just doing things together. It's more of that like being with each other, like that connection for sure. And I just need to stop like self-doubting myself and thinking that I need to have this extravagant like lifestyle when I really don't. I can promise you something. It's gonna be an interesting next couple months, because, you know, I mentioned this prior, but my sister, she's having a baby soon, and I can't believe I'll be an aunt again. It kind of, it's crazy to me. And then there's some other stuff coming that I can't say. Wink wink. And so that's gonna be one of the biggest things in my life, and I'm excited, and I can't wait to tell you when I can. But pretty much that's all that I have kind of going on. I am going to a wedding in May, and I'm excited because it's like my friends from high school. This is one of the first weddings I believe from like my friends that I'm attending, which is so wholesome, and I'm really excited. I just can't wait to celebrate them. Well, oh, it's actually my second wedding. I just remembered. The first one was my friend back in, I think it was 2019. And then now my friend this year. And that's another thing too, wedding planning. Can't make a decision on what to do, honestly. I'm at the point where I'm really thinking of eloping, because I just feel like we should just get married just to be married for us too. And yeah, just getting like doing like a nice photo shoot and stuff like that. So it's hard, it's difficult, because I want to like fulfill like this obviously like fantasy wedding, but at the same time my brain's like, I don't want to spend ridiculous amount of money or go in debt for a wedding. And so I guess the only thing that matters is just being married to my spouse, regardless of who's there, you know. And I think that's something that I think we should probably do. And I'm thinking next year in September, even if maybe it's just we just do the whole like photos, us two together, maybe have a couple witnesses, and that's it. But I'm hoping that like, you know, me going to my friend's wedding will kind of like help me, because I think she spent roughly like around 17K. Like, I know traditionally when it came to like big weddings, it would be like, oh, an uncle will be like the uncle will be like, oh, I'll pay the flowers, or an aunt will be like, oh, well, I'll be in charge of the centerpieces, or I'll be in charge of the tables, or stuff like that. You know, like asking like family members, like certain, like, you know, a group of family would be in charge of that. And I know one of my uncles will be like really nice and would be willing to help me, but at the same time, when it comes to like asking for help or financial help with family, I just feel like it's not a smart or great thing to do. I feel like money and family can not be a good thing to mix. The thing is, like, you know, I'm celebrating my 30th birthday, and I really wanted to have a big 30th. I remember last year talking about that, and I chose to do something different. I decided to gift myself something and so because of that, I couldn't do like a big 30th birthday. So I think I'm just gonna like rent a dress, a nice dress, take a really like nice photo shoot of myself, like set up stuff, get some like interesting lights, a cake or whatever, and like take cool photos. So I'm thinking of doing that for my 30th, entering a new decade, which has also have been something that's been on my mind recently, and it just makes me like so emotional, like, because it's a lot of mixed feelings. Like, I'm so excited for being 30, but I'm also like nervous about being 30. It's like a whole bittersweet thing, because I'm excited for the future, excited for, you know, having the privilege to reach my 30s, you know, and be in good health and everything. But I'm also nervous about just aging, you know. That's how bad it says, like, just, yeah, getting older. It's just something you know, until you're there, you're like, oh shit, I'm here. And I think a lot of the times, you know, that I've seen previously, there's just been so much like in the media, like what 30s look like, and now I'm like, no. I still think I'm 20. I still feel like I'm in my 20s, and I feel like that it should be that way. You make what your age is supposed to be. I love like just having to chat with y'all and just sitting here having these thoughts, because my sister and my fiance get the most vents from me. Like, I'll just randomly go into my sister like when she's here and be like, what do you think of this? And then like just keep chatting and chatting and chatting, and she's like, girl, like, you don't stop talking. And then same one like with Louise, but I think we enjoy like when we started dating, like that was the whole thing. Like we can converse like for so long. So like it's one of the things we like are used to, especially me. Like I'm a person that has to vent like nonstop. Like I'm a venter for sure. Like if something's bothering me, I need to speak about it because I need to get it out of my brain, and I need someone else's like opinion on this certain thing because I feel like I needed to get it out. Like I just need to get it, I just need to get it out, which is very different to how I was as a teenager. Most of the time I hid my emotions and never spoke to anyone. And so now I'm like, no, I need to speak to someone about this. This is how I feel. If there's a problem that arises, I go speak to somebody about it because it's bothering me. Like it's that intense. So that's why I feel like sometimes when I'm talking to you on here, it's like, yeah, I'm like, can say whatever. Like I'm jumping different pivots because I can just continue talking like forever because I like to talk and I like to vent once like we're hanging out and stuff. Still have social anxiety though, still very shy, but once we cool, like you're gonna be like, shut this girl up, like, and now let's go do some work and then show you when we're watching The Last of Us, cooking dinner and all that jazz. But all right, let's do. So we're in my office and I had an idea, y'all. I had an idea, but I'm not sure to do it or not. I'm kind of interested, but I've always wanted to have like the desk in the middle, like in the middle of a room. And so it'd be nice to like, oh look, this is behind me, like this gallery wall. So I'm kind of thinking of moving things around right now. I'm thinking of maybe moving my desk like this, putting this maybe against, because I never opened that window because it's just to my patio. So maybe putting this against on this side. And then, you know, I do have my treadmill, so it could still be on the side next to this. And then, I don't know if I've showed you, but I have this lamp that I found while I was walking the dogs. Somebody in the neighborhood just put it on the front, and right away when I saw it, Luis got it and he ended up taking it home, and then I just took the dogs for the walk. Should I bring it? Let me see if I can bring it forward. But it's this one, and it works. I've had it for now, I want to say a month, and it works. Look at that. Oh, so freaking cool. Because the lamp that I had here previously, if you've seen my last, like, when I was using this as an office back then, it broke. It was already kind of cracked, and then I think my sister was trying to use the bathroom, and because it was covering the door, and it broke. So I came home and it like fell. So yeah, so I'm glad I found this one while I was just like walking my dogs. This is where my impulsiveness comes in, and that's how I know I am in Aries, because I do shit like this randomly. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna move everything over this way, and then obviously everything's gonna be connected towards the back. Might need a longer extension. Unless I have it towards the wall this way, right? Like, but me looking at my paintings, I always wanted it to be behind the desk though. So, still possible. It's still possible. But it does look weird. Now, it does look kind of odd. but I love how that looks with the light. Oh, I think that looks so nice there. I also thought it looked nice here, but like I said, the whole plug situation was just off. Like, this is less hazardous, obviously. Okay, just some techie advice. I am so happy that I ended up getting just a laptop pro. This is the, I think it's the iPad. I think this is the 2021 version. I still have it. Luis uses it here and there, but it would like die all the time. That one, I had it since college, like 2015. So I finally upgraded in 2021. And, or was it last year? I can't remember. This laptop, Lifesaver, they finally released the ones that have the HDMI and the SD cards, because for the longest you had to buy all this extra stuff for it. So I spent a little bit more on getting the ones that had the ports already, because my old 2015 one was like that. Because I was contemplating on buying the iMac, like a computer, so that because I always wanted to have a computer desk. I do like here and there where I can take my laptop somewhere else, like if I want to go study at cafes or anything. So what I did, I ended up finding this LG widescreen. This one's like freaking wide. It's almost probably the same size of my like 32-inch TV, maybe a little bit smaller, but it's wide. I use it to edit, and it's been such a lifesaver. And I remember this one was, I think this one I bought it back then, it was like $250 around there, instead of buying a whole like iMac and then not having the portability aspect. I love that now I can use 2 screens and have a freaking wide ass monitor. Even just changing this, it like made me feel like refreshed, re-inspired to like want to be on my desk right now, like, and just do some work and stuff, which it's interesting how just a change can do that. Like, it really feels nice and different, and yeah, I really like this. I'm so glad I decided to do this all random. So it's much later. If you can hear my microwave, my bad. But me and Luigi spent like literally an hour and a half-ish talking just stuff, like mainly just budget stuff and like all that, and about Disney, because we had to end up canceling Disney. But my friends are still gonna go, but Luis decided to take an extra shift instead. And I think last time y'all asked about my salsa recipe. So I mean, it's not the best, but I think it's pretty fine. So I'm gonna be making that because we're making tacos dorados. Luigi just went to go get some corn oil, mazola, because we don't have any. So we're making tacos dorados, but it's gonna have impossible with potatoes. So right now I have the potato in the microwave because it's faster than boiling it. And then I have the stuff right here for my salsa. So I use, obviously I can't have spicy salsa, y'all, so you can adjust the spice. But basically I have a jalapeno and a serrano. I like the green tomato and the red tomato together. So the salsa I make is kind of like, I don't even know. It comes out like in red orange. So what I'm gonna do with these, I wash them, and then in the pan, one of the pans, I put corn oil, and then I basically, I don't know if there's an English word for this, but in Spanish it's called guisar, like I guess it's like fry it, I don't know. So basically, yeah, you like fry it until it's all like wrinkly and like juices are coming out. Add like shit ton of garlic, salt, garlic powder, a little bit of pepper, and then in the blender you blend it all, and then you have your salsa. So that's basically how I make my salsa, but I'll show you quick little clips. Usually we would put like lettuce on top and all that, but we don't have any like garnishing, so we're just gonna eat it like without the garnishes, just have salsa on top with it, because I don't think it has sour cream or anything like that. So yeah, that is gonna be our dinner. And then while we have dinner, we watch Last of Us. So that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. But wanted to update you because Sunday reset.
Listen, I'm not a hater. I actually love. I'm a hopeless romantic.